if you are not familiar with Cry It Out, let me explain it to you. If you have been searching the internet trying to find out how to get your baby to sleep longer stretches at night, and you've come across Cry It Out, you may be thinking, this seems like it works, but this is definitely not what I want to do with my baby. Then you need to watch this entire video. So hi, my name is Jensine Casey. I'm a certified pediatric sleep consultant, certified postpartum doula, and mom of 3. And I bring real life strategies paired with sleep science to get you the sleep that your family deserves. Today we're going to talk about what are the best alternatives to Cry It Out. Cry It Out is a really effective method of sleep training, but it's also one that doesn't always feel great. True Cry It Out is a method of sleep training. It is not the only method of sleep training, but it's a method of sleep training where essentially you would put your child into their crib at bedtime, walk out of the room, close the door, and not come back in until morning. Your child does learn how to self-soothe in that time frame between when you put them in at bedtime and when you come in overnight, and they will sleep, but it just kind of pulls at those mama heartstrings and doesn't really feel like a great solution for a lot of parents. I have to say, on the other side, a lot of parents have used Cry It Out and it has successfully worked for them. While it is a successful method of sleep training, it is not the only method of sleep training. So if you are looking to sleep train, but Cry It Out just doesn't feel like it's for you, let's chat about some of the best method that I have found and I use with most all of my clients. I just want to reiterate again that Cry It Out is not the only method of sleep training. Please, please, please don't feel like, I feel like that Sabrina Carpenter song, please. Please don't feel like you have to choose between never sleeping again or crying it out. Those are two very different extremes, and there's so much in the middle that we can dive into. So please know it is not a choice to co-sleep with your child if that is not something that you desire to do. Holding them all night, driving them all night, rocking them, feeding them all night, or putting them into their crib and not seeing them until morning. There is so many more options in the middle that are going to feel good and right to you as a parent. We just have to explore them and find them first. If you did any sleep training, I would love to know in the comments, what method of sleep training did you use? Did you use Cry It Out and find success with it? Did you start with Cry It Out, have it not feel so great, and then move to a different method? So pop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about what sleep training method you chose if you have already done some sleep training. And if you have not, hang on, because I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. The method that I use is a customized method for each family. In that way, think of it as a cook in the kitchen. There's kind of this big bowl that I use, and I take a little bit from this method and a little bit from that method because it's gonna really depend on the child, your lifestyle, and what your desired goals are for sleep. So while there are very tried and true methods that I use and I stick to because consistency and the way that these methods were put together, they were put together that way for a reason. But there's also different outliers. Like if you have an older child who has to go to preschool in the morning, what does that do for your baby's naps if they have to nap in the car all the time? If you have a child who shares a room with another sibling, how is that going to play into it? I take these methods that are already written, then I add some sugar and spice and other things in to really make it customized and fit for you. And that is what I know is the best approach to your child's sleep, is having this individualized plan that's really going to take into account everything that you have happening in your own life. What is your desired wake up time? What is your desired bedtime? What does your schedule look like? Do you need an earlier bedtime and we're on closer to a 6 to 6 schedule? Do you like to sleep in the morning and we're aiming for closer to an 8 to 8? Is your child in the process of transitioning between naps? The approach that I take is individual to every single family, and I cannot tell a family exactly what to do until I get this questionnaire back that explains exactly what they're currently doing, what they have done, what they've tried already, what the best case for sleep scenario is, what their worst case for sleep scenario is, so I can take all that information and write that customized plan. In my sleep course, I do offer multiple different methods. There's 2 different methods that I use, neither of which are Cry It Out, that you can follow step by step. So even if you're not getting a customized plan, I have done this with so many families that I know how to help you customize it yourself so you're able to still see the same sleep success. So if you want more information on that, or if you're interested in sleep training but do not want to do Cry It Out, you can head to the pinned video on my page. I will link it below in the description just to make it easy for you as well. But it's going to talk about how to get your child to sleep through the night without crying it out. Nowadays society, people like to be more responsive. This Cry It Out is kind of an older method of sleep training that maybe like my parents used for me that worked for them. And it was recommended by all of the pediatricians. Everyone thought that it was a really great way to help your child develop these sleep skills to be able to sleep through the night. And it did work, so I cannot discount that. But now we have shifted to more of a responsive type parenting, more of a gentle parenting. We're more attuned to our child's needs and we're able to help facilitate instead of kind of like brushing them off or having them deal with them on their own. The methods that I use are definitely more in that gentle parenting camp. We're identifying cries, we're assessing needs as we're providing support. So it's definitely very attuned to your child and what feels good for you as a parent, because all of the sleep training methods work. It's just going to depend on what works for your individual family. So I cannot wait to read all of your comments about the methods of sleep training that you've used. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below, and I will see you in that pinned video about how to help your child sleep through the night without doing Cry It Out.